Today I thought I'd just give you a little bit of a video on a cooking video, but nothing special. It's just going to be made up really of just little clips, bit of experimenting. I don't know whether, hang on, I've got you on the phone folks. Right, over here I've got beef and pork cooking away on top of the oven, top of the stove on the hob. And what I'm doing at the moment is just making sure that it's all brown, so I keep turning it over. And then once that's done, I'm going to top that up with some boiling water. I'm going to add some salt and pepper, and then it's going to be, I just keep the water so it's just below the top of it, and I'm going to cook it for approximately 2.5 to 3 hours, and that will come out really tender. It will be so tender that you won't be able to slice it into pieces. Now today I'm experimenting because one of the things with pork which you can't do up this way is you can't get the crackling. Now I should state that with pork you have to cut the fat off, cut the rind and that, cut it all off before you put it in here. So what I've done this time, in the Halogen, just over here, hope you can see it, I've put the rind. And what I'm going to do is try and cook that for, well, I have no idea how long it's going to go for, but I'm going to go for, I'm going to start it 2 hours before the dinner's ready. It might only take an hour, or you know, but we'll see. But hopefully, if the plans go okay, I'm going to get some nice crispy crackling in there. And what I will be doing is having some roast potatoes in there as well. So that'll be good. And so today's all about experimenting. So I'll let you know how it goes on. Okay, so the meat is now browning up nicely. I've turned it over, and you can see we've got a nice bit of brown there, and that's all browning up. This will kind of help seal in some of the juices, so to say, but I don't think it really matters cooking it this way. But it's something what my mum's always done, it's something I'd carry on doing. It probably doesn't really need to be done, but I suppose the idea is if you took this joint out once it was finished, you managed to get it out without it falling apart, and you put it on a plate, it's going to look more pleasant on the eye than if it hadn't been browned. Okay. So now folks, I've topped it up with water. I'm just zooming in for you. So you can see it's boiling away. Now one thing I must mention, when you're adding the water, make sure it's boiling water, otherwise you might cause a fire. You know, you've got to make sure that it's a similar heat to what's already on the top of the hob. Right, so what we've got to do now is add some ingredients. So what I'm doing now, I'm hoping you can see me alright, I'm just going to sprinkle some salt over there. And a bit of pepper, and this goulash mix, I'm hoping you can see that alright. I'm going to put, normally do a couple of teaspoons of this in here now. I've refined my quantity a little over the last few months. There's not two there actually, I'm going to just a little bit more. That's it. So that's all in. Put the top back on. I'm just going to give it a little stir so it all mixes in into the juices. I don't know whether you can see, but the meats, the colour of the what was the water is now already taken the colour of, it's gone a browny colour from the juices from the meat, what came out when I browned it up with a bit of lard. And now I can just turn it up a little, put the top on, and let's just see. I'm just going to move the camera around, folks. I'm hoping you can see me now. Right, so that's going to be on for about 2.5 hours in total. Before it finishes, I'm going to be adding some bisto and some corn flour to create the gravy mix. That'll be added maybe I add that about an hour before it's cooked, so probably an hour and a half. I'll put that in and give it a good stir round. And basically, this is going to these 2 pieces of meat in here will feed us for 3 days, and you'll get the most tender meat and the most gorgeous gravy. And obviously we've got the I've got to think about that, haven't I? I'm thinking, let's think what time is now. I'm thinking I might put that on the halogen oven on. Because it's going to heat the work surface up, so I'll put those away now. Can you still see me? Let's lower this down so you can't. Oh well. Right, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to put this halogen on. I'm going to put it on for, I'm going to set it for an hour. And I'm going to have it on 200 Celsius. And that's it for now, folks. I'll be back later. Okay, folks, it's now been almost an hour since I put everything, well, I put the meat on and the crackling. And I've just had to top up the water with the meat. And what we must do now is, well, we mustn't do, but we are going to do, it's something what we like to do, and that is to turn each piece of meat over. There we are. And one thing what this will stop doing, it will help prevent, is the meat sticking to the bottom of the pan. You can see that I forgot, ideally you want to change this over every few minutes, maybe every quarter an hour, half an hour at the most. You can see we've got a little bit of a brown colouring, a bit more than normal on top of the meat here. I hope you can see it. You can see the crackling is curled up. I'm going to have a quick peek. Actually, I've got my timings wrong. It's not been an hour, folks. I'm just having a look at this. 35 minutes left. It's been 25 minutes. I did look at the clock and I thought, have I got my timings wrong? So it's only been 25 minutes. But the meat needed to be changed, turned over 15-minute mark. Okay, let's have a quick peek. Coming on nicely. I have a sneaky feeling that it will probably be ready maybe an hour, hour and a quarter to be crackling. The meat, that's got a long way to go yet. I'm just going to stick the top back on and leave that to cook away merrily. I've done the potatoes, and we've got the peas and French beans. And they won't need to go on just yet, because it's going to be about another hour or so before I put those on. We eat our veg, well, I don't eat them, well, I eat the potatoes, but I don't eat the peas and the French beans. But my parents like them to be cooked well, soft and that. They don't like the modern way of just sticking on for 10 minutes. So our veg is always on 45 minutes. Unless it's a really, really special potato where it might only need 30 minutes because then it goes all mushy, but very rarely that happens. Okay, I'll be back later. Well, here you are, folks. It's been around 10 minutes since I put the fat of the pork into the halogen oven, and we've now got some nice pork crackling. So I'm going to just let that cool down for a few minutes so it's not as hot, and then I'm going to have a nibble at it before dinner. Okay folks, I can confirm that the pork crackling turned out very nice. It's really tasty. In fact, I ate quite a bit of it, what I could eat. Obviously with my teeth how it is, it's a bit hard to break up, but it was tasty. So yeah, so that's something new I've tried. Now what I've done now is I've just added the gravy mix in with the pork and beef. So this time I want the gravy a bit thicker, so I've added 5 heaped tablespoons of corn flour and 3 tablespoons of pesto powder, and that's going to produce nice thick gravy. So now I think we're on the last 50 minutes, I think. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to switch the potatoes and the peas and beans on now, and then I'm going to take a sit down and wait for it to be ready. Yeah, so quite pleased how it's gone. I know it's been ages since I've done a video, and that's because it's so a video on cooking. That's because it's so difficult to work around my parents. But thankfully, I've been able to keep popping in because this sort of job, you know, you can pop in and out. So I know it's not a great video tuition wise or anything, but I can confirm if you're in the UK and you do like your beef and pork, it can be done on the top, on the hob, and it comes out really tender. Even if you buy some of the cheaper cuts, you know, if you buy them from Aldi or Lidl or whatever, they can be a bit tough if you do it in the oven, but you do it on the top and you won't notice it. Fantastic tasting. So that's it. We're going to see how that goes, and I'm sure it's going to be fine. Thanks for watching. Okay folks, we're in the last 15 minutes of cooking the dinner. I've took the pork out. I've got the beef out. I've sampled them. It tastes really nice. The potatoes, the peas and French beans are nearly there. I'd say about another 12 minutes and they'll be done. And the gravy's boiling away nicely. Well, it's on the lowest setting, but and it's really thick. Let's show you. There we are. Can you see that? Oh, we're all steamed up, folks. Sorry about that. I haven't got 3 hands, so I'm not going to be able to help you there. Let's go from a distance. There you are. Look at that. Lovely, don't we? So now it's just a matter of carving some meat up for us for dinner, and then in a few minutes serving up.